Let's shift our focus to the Goa Game of Thrones, where it is now believed that there are at least four Congress MLAs who are in fact in touch with the BJP. Remember, the Congress has moved a disqualification petition against Digambar Kamat and Michael Lobo. Michael Lobo, until 24 hours ago, was the leader of opposition. Digambar Kamat, an 8-time Congress MLA, was the chief ministerial face for the party going into the election. Joining us on NDTV is Vijay Sardesai, an MLA in the Goa Assembly. He is the leader of the Goa Forward Party in alliance with the Congress. Vijay Sardesai, you extended support to the Congress ahead of the elections. You've sort of stuck with them. How are you looking at these latest political developments?
See, what we see in Goa is an alliance. Now we see a post-poll alliance of two parties. One is the aggressive BJP, which wants to eradicate the opposition and, sort of walk the line of autocracy. And other is the Congress, some section of the Congress party, legislature party, which is determined to betray the will of the people and let them down at a time when they need them and sacrifice their credibility and bring to disrepute and mock the whole process of democracy purely for selfish gain. So this is what we see in Goa, and this is sort of a post-poll alliance that is happening with a common agenda. Goa is reeling under floods. We have got issues like unemployment, rising prices, and the MLAs are choosing the right time to bargain and put their interests above the people and the state. So Goans are a God-fearing people, and we are watching all this with great interest because this Congress legislature party had the Congress candidates had taken oath in front of Hindu
but
goddess.
Sardesai, how do you feel at the moment? Because, during the election campaign, we actually spoke to Digambar Kamat and you together in that pre-election interview. You all spoke very vehemently against defectors. This isn't the first time that, Goa politics is seeing defections. This Ayaram Gayaram politics was a big headline, in Goa since 2019. I mean, the rate of defections has been an absolute embarrassment. This time, there were oaths that were taken at temples, mosques, churches. There were pledges that were taken in the presence of the Congress president, Rahul, in the presence of Rahul Gandhi. Despite all of that, look at what we are seeing happen just 3 months after the elections.
So, by this behavior, the Congress is slowly becoming irrelevant. Congress last opposition leader had defected and become deputy CM in the BJP government. The people still condoned and voted for us, voted for the alliance. And now we as a regionalistic party will have to carry the whole weight of the opposition in the house and not leave it to these people who can't be trusted. That is all I can say.
Are you going to continue to support the Congress party?
We were with the Congress only for the sake of opposition unity at the time of elections because of pressure from Goans who wanted us to be together. I have actually got a very raw deal. I was promised 5 seats. I was given 3 seats. And the Congress had a very unenthusiastic and a very sort of a half-hearted alliance with us, which they have admitted. Their then president has admitted. In spite of me going meeting Rahul Gandhi and, raising our hands in Delhi and all that, this is what happened. So I think our alliance was only for the sake of opposition unity. And we are still, I am carrying I am the voice of the people in the house, and I think I will keep fighting my battle.
But will you continue to be in opposition? Because you've also been with the BJP in the past. You also swore that you'd never ally with the BJP again.
No, I have never defected. I have gone with Manohar Parrikar as a chief minister with a common minimum program. I have not merged my party anywhere.
But will Goa Forward Party continue to be in opposition?
Of course, we are now in the opposition and will carry our job in the opposition. But the way the Congress is behaving, it is the beginning of their end as an opposition party. In 2000, it was the beginning of the end as a government. Now it's beginning of the end of Congress being in the opposition. This is what I feel very bad about because we are associated with this party. And it's just mishandling, and people are Goans are the God-fearing people. And these MLAs who are thinking of defecting in spite of taking an oath, are, and without telling the people, without coming to the people. What reason? Half of Goa is down under, it's flooded.
Okay.
And at this time they are choosing to defect.
Let me also get, I know Vijay Sardesai that you are in the assembly and you have to speak in a short while from now. I'll appreciate if you can stay on for just a moment, because Amit Patkar, the president of the Goa Congress, is also joining us in NDTV. Amit Patkar, strong words from Vijay Sardesai there. I mean, he's talked about how they came together with the Congress for the sake of opposition unity. There were pledges taken at temples, mosques, churches. There was an oath before Rahul Gandhi that, Congress candidates will not defect after elections, and look where we are 3 months later.
With due respect, I would like to say that I'll address Vijay Sardesai ji's opinion at the appropriate time. But the current, looking at the current situation, I think the way BJP, if you see what happened a couple of weeks back in Maharashtra, I mean, BJP doesn't want opposition. They want to disseminate the opposition, as rightly said by Vijay ji. They are scared. They are scared of the opposition, and that exactly they were trying to do with our MLAs also. So when we came to know about such moves which were happening, and they were trying to, have a split with a 2/3 majority, which is about 8 MLAs. I mean, we intervened, and we made sure that BJP was not successful in this whole process. So in this whole process now, in consultation with the AICC, first time Congress party has taken very stern action, and we have moved a disqualification petition against our two senior leaders who were trying to intimidate our MLAs to defect. So I think this is a good move. I mean, of course, as Vijay Sardesai ji said, there are multiple issues in Goa. Goa is down with water; it's flooded. And I saw his comment when he passed in the assembly saying the BJP is busy fishing the MLAs. I mean, that's absolutely right. That's what they are looking all across the country. And
no, but Vijay Sardesai, BJP is going fishing, but there are also people who are ready to jump ship. I mean, there are also enough and more people who are ready to join them, which is why, I mean, they don't need the numbers. They have a very comfortable majority. The BJP is the single largest party with 20. With the support of MGP and independents, they are at a comfortable 25. Pramod Sawant has given a soundbite today where he said, we don't need the Congress. We don't need anybody.
No.
Is it fair to accuse the BJP therefore?
It is a smoke. No, it is very clear that the BJP is involved in this. This is a issue between two ministers in the present government. They want to score brownie points over each other. But the fact is, nobody in the BJP present 25, lot of 25 is actually happy. The chief minister is not happy because his number 2 is having a lot of powers. The number 2 is not happy because he's not the CM. And nobody is actually happy in the BJP at the moment. And now you want another group of 10 more people to come in. So when 25 are not happy, 35 will be happier in this party. So I don't know what is this all about, And
but
I
what
think
does this say about opposition unity? You yourself, Vijay Sardesai, said at the very beginning that you supported the Congress, you supported the candidature of Digambar Kamat for the sake of opposition unity. Today the same Digambar Kamat is facing the threat of a disqualification because the Congress is accusing him of anti-party activities.
Mr. Digambar Kamat has made a comment yesterday that he is retired hurt. So now, you have to interpret it in a way that you find fit. Whether it is retired or it is hurt. I don't want to comment on that.
You clearly know more than we do, so why don't you tell us what it means?
See, at the moment, the numbers are against this rebellion. They don't have the required 8 numbers for them to create a defection.
Okay.
But as Mr. Patkar has said, that, the process has begun. We don't know whether the process is ended. I actually instigated the media today to ask the Chief Minister and the BJP in Goa whether it is, all is over, or whether the thing has just begun and it will happen someday in the future. Because I don't think they are the ones to give up so easily. So,
Amit Patkar, what is the status as it stands right now? What we are learning from highly placed sources in the Congress is that, there were 7 MLAs who were actually present at your party office. Are you standing by that number that you have 7 out of the 11 intact with you?
I would again like to confirm, yes, 7 MLAs are there, and ideologically they believe in Congress party, and also one MLA is in talking terms, so we expect that by evening it should be there with us. But see, today the whole idea, and I like to bring it to the notice of the country, that it's time to save democracy. I mean, the way BJP is trying to buy MLAs, put pressure, put ED, put CBI, use muscle power. I mean, this is not correct. I mean, where are we heading to? We need to have a healthy democracy, and BJP
Hold
doesn't
that thought.
believe in healthy democracy.
I want to go across to Sadanand Tanavade, the president of the Goa BJP, who's also joining us at the moment. Mr. Tanavade, you are being accused of going fishing once again.
What happened?
Sir, you are being accused of fishing Congress MLAs. You are being accused of trying to get Congress MLAs to switch to the BJP.
ठीक है, हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं है, हमारा वो इनका अंतर्गत मामला है, उनसे बात करें, हमारा कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं है उनसे। तो कांग्रेस से पूछो क्या है, क्या चल रहा है, ये पूरा हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं उसके बारे में।
सर, लेकिन कल तो कांग्रेस के कुछ MLAs सीएम से मिलने गए थे, उनके घर पे थे।
किधर थे?
सीएम हाउस पे थे। हमने विजुअल्स देखे, माइकल लोबो एंड हिज वाइफ लीविंग द सीएम रेजिडेंस इन द इवनिंग येस्टरडे।
ये हमारा उसमें कोई ये नहीं है, ये कांग्रेस का अंतर्गत मामला है। ये तो सब कांग्रेस के MLA है ना, तो कांग्रेस को पूछो।
आप कांग्रेस के MLAs के टच में नहीं है सर?
हमारी मेजॉरिटी है, वी गॉट 25 MLA विद अस, बीजेपी आउट ऑफ 40, सो वी ऑलवेज गॉट कंफर्टेबल मेजॉरिटी। ये इनका इंटरनल ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, हम क्यों करें उसमें? हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है उसमें, उनका मामला है, उनको पूछो।
आप किसी भी कांग्रेस MLAs के टच में नहीं है?
हमारे पास कोई टच में नहीं है। अभी तो आज असेंबली सेशन चालू है, तो सभी कांग्रेस का उधर MLA है, और वो भी बीजेपी को भी क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं ना। हमें वो उनसे बात करके पूछो ना, ये क्या है मालूम है, सेशन है आज से, इसके लिए ये लोगों ने ये नाटक रचाया था। सब एक है, वही प्रॉब्लम है उनमें।
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि कोई भी कांग्रेस MLA आपके टच में नहीं है, कोई कांग्रेस छोड़ के बीजेपी नहीं ज्वाइन करेंगे?
कोई भी अगर तो ऐसा होता तो हमारा ऑफिस खुला होता, कल हमारा ऑफिस बंद था कल। हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है अभी उनसे।
But senior union minister is also in Goa. You've also been having lots of meetings.
कौन सीनियर मिनिस्टर गोवा में है? गोवा में है गुंडू राव, कांग्रेस का प्रभारी है, बीजेपी का कोई गोवा में नहीं है।
Mr. Bhupendra Yadav is also in Goa.
Nobody is there in Goa. You confirm with all the news plans from Goa. किसी को पूछो।
How do you respond to the allegation that is leveled against the BJP कि you are once again trying to engineer defections?
मैं कहता हूँ कि इनका जो MLA है, ये इनका संभालना उनका काम है। हम क्यों करें इनका काम? अपना MLA उनका काम है। अगर हमारा कोई MLA इधर उधर जाता है तो हमारी जिम्मेदारी है।
अगर माइकल लोबो और दिगंबर कामत ज्वाइन करना चाहेंगे बीजेपी, तो क्या आप एक्सेप्ट करेंगे उन्हें?
मैडम देखिए, ये प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कांग्रेस क्या है कि चुनाव के पहले से ही इतना माहौल बनाया कि ये सरकार करेंगे। पूरा इंडिया का सभी लोकल चैनल, नेशनल चैनल भी उठा रहे, नहीं अभी गोवा में कांग्रेस ही आएगी। आ गई क्या कांग्रेस? हम कॉन्फिडेंट है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इज गोइंग टू गेट एब्सोल्यूट मेजोरिटी। 40 में से 20 लोग हमारे चुन के, 2 लोग 76 वोटों से हार गए, तो हमें कॉन्फिडेंस था। तो ये ऐसा ही माहौल बनाते हैं, ऐसा ही माहौल है। आज से असेंबली सेशन शुरू था,
बट आपने मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया कि अगर दिगंबर कामत, माइकल लोबो और 2-3 और MLAs आपके साथ जुड़ना चाहेंगे तो क्या आप उनको एक्सेप्ट करेंगे?
मैडम, ये पॉलिटिक्स है। पॉलिटिक्स आप किसी को मत आना, ये आना, वो किसी को नहीं कहते। अगर कोई विलिंगली आता है तो आप उनको नहीं आने ऐसा करेंगे क्या?
ओके,
तो उनका मामला है। हम तो किसी के लिए ट्राई नहीं कर रहे, हमारी लीडरशिप भी किसी के लिए ट्राई कर नहीं है। हमें क्या उनसे लेना देना कांग्रेस से? तो कांग्रेस का मामला है, कांग्रेस को देखने दो।
Amit Patkar and Vijay Sardesai are also with us. Sadanand Tanavade, stay on with us. Vijay Sardesai, your reaction to what you've just heard Mr. Tanavade say. He's saying BJP has nothing to do with it. They have 25 MLAs. They are not in touch with anybody.
I think somebody is doing Mr. Tanavde's job in Goa without his knowledge. See, many people in Goa are not aware what is actually happening, even in the ruling party. I was with them, I've got friends across the aisle. And nobody knows actually why this is happening and what is happening. So that way I feel my friend Mr. Sanathan Tanavde is not aware that somebody else is doing his job. And there is no need for the office to be open. The speaker's office was open the whole day.
Okay.
And even in the night. Late in the night, the legislature secretary closed the shop only after Congress legislature party meeting got over at 1 a.m. So, you don't have to have the office of the BJP open. You have to have the office of the speaker and the legislature secretary open, which was open. And this operation, whatever you call it, I don't know, I don't want to assign a name to it, is an ongoing program.
Okay.
I don't think it's over yet.
Amit Patkar, you want to respond to what Vijay Sardesai just said? That the Congress is doing the BJP's work for them. Mr. Tanavde doesn't have to do anything.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying somebody in, BJP, must be somebody from top or somewhere.
Okay.
He's doing his job and he's not aware of it.
Okay. But Amit Patkar, last word to you. Just, a quick comment on, some of the names. Digambar Kamat is an 8-time Congress MLA. He's been a chief minister in the past. He's one of your tallest leaders. He was your chief ministerial candidate going forward in this last election. This is a huge setback for the party.
Firstly, I'd like to react on Mr. Tanavde ji. And as rightly said by Vijay ji also, I think somebody else in Delhi is doing Tanavde ji's job if he say that he is not aware, because obviously there was a deliberate move to with the two senior leaders whom we are talking about to have a defection. They were trying for the numbers 8 and the obvious reason is being a Sunday. The speaker's office was open till midnight.
Okay.
We called for an urgent CLP meeting at 10:30, and once our CLP was over and they saw that they don't have the numbers, that's the time the law secretary put the lock
the other stakeholder in Goa now with 2 seats is the Aam Aadmi Party. And speaking of defections and these anti-defection pledges, Aam Aadmi Party candidates also signed those anti-defection affidavits. And in fact, Venzi Vegas, one of the AAP MLAs, is also joining us. Venzi, thanks for being with us on NDTV. How are you responding to once again this Goa Game of Thrones, Congress hit by defections just 3 months after the election?
Yeah, there is nothing new, Risha. Thanks for having me first here. And there is nothing new. This is a traditional. This is part of their DNA. It is part of DNA of the Congress. And Congress DNA is meant to be like this. It's the BJP culture. The Congress is here in order to promote the BJP and to make sure that the BJP always takes their MLAs. It's like a kindergarten. The new candidates, they win on the Congress ticket and then they get exported to the BJP. And this is nothing new. This was said in the past. This was said few months before by Arvind Kejriwal, our Delhi chief minister, and it has happened and it will happen. They won't able to sustain. They cannot sustain. They cannot stay. They are here in order to ensure that the BJP takes them, and they are part of the BJP. They are a B team of the BJP, and it is once again proved. So it's sad that democracy is being killed, It's a murder of the democracy today.
Respond to that, you're being charged by the Aam Aadmi Party of being the B team of the BJP.
They don't have to give any explanation, Risha, because they are. They cannot protect themselves. They will never able to protect themselves in the future, in the days to come. And it's sad that the people of Goa, have put so much of trust in these people. I would say...
Amit Patkar can't hear me at the moment, Venzi, but let me get Vijay Sardesai then to respond to you. Vijay Sardesai, you supported the Congress party, Aam Aadmi Party accusing, the Congress of being B team of the BJP.
See, the point is, I have supported the Congress in the interest of opposition unity. Opposition unity should have been maintained by the Congress even after this result. Where has the Congress taken any step for opposition unity in 2022? They didn't. After getting elected, see, we are coordinating with everybody in the opposition, including the Aam Aadmi Party and the Revolutionary Goans. We work together because I feel we as an opposition have a role to play.
Okay.
We have to defend Goa
Final,
and our
final word to Amit
against the
Patkar.
assault by the
Amit
BJP.
Patkar, I don't know if you heard Venzi Vegas before this. He has accused the Congress of being the B team of the BJP.
No, I would strongly like to object what my friend from Aam Aadmi Party has said. I would like to say that Aam Aadmi Party is a political infant. And see, first thing you have to realize that BJP is trying to turmoil and create this atmosphere across the country, and you should appreciate that we have taken a very bold and strong decision in moving a disqualification petitions against our top senior leaders. I mean, a leader who was ex-chief minister, 8 times MLA, and who was an acting CLP. I mean, the Congress Legislative Party leader. So when we came to know about this and when the moves were happening, Congress Party has taken very, very strong action.
Okay.
I mean, you really can't, you have to consider it. So I really object what my friend from Aam Aadmi Party said.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to leave it at that. But Amit Patkar, Venzi Vegas, Vijay Sardesai and Sadanand Tanawade, thank you all very much for joining us.